Hey babes, welcome to the Happiness Heals channel. My name is Miss T. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back, friends. Today I'm doing things a little bit different. I will call this more of a vlog style video, though I don't tend to do these on my page. I figured in the new year I would like to start a new series where at least once a month I check in with you about where I am in my life and my journey and working towards my goals of becoming more self-reliant, independent, and focused on wellness this year. So this video really will be a reflection of the year 2020 for me. I wanted to talk about just some larger level things that have transpired over the past year. I think we all have been impacted by the pandemic, the economic impact that's taken on us, being home more, just all of the external influences that have affected and changed our lives potentially on a more long-term basis. But I really don't want to focus in on that. I wanted to focus in on some of the key things that have affected my budget, my planning, my mindset, my wellness, just things that I want to adapt, adjust, and really revise going into the new year. Going into 2021, I've decided that I'm not doing any resolutions or goals for this year. I really want to focus on building systems in my life that help me get to where I'm going, rather than focusing on a long-term milestone or achievement that I'm constantly putting stress on myself to get to. I want to focus more on the smaller steps and things I can adjust in my life in order to get the same results, but without the extra pressure. A little bit of background about me, because I really don't talk a lot about myself on my channel, or try not to, outside of my budgeting or my planning or those types of things. But in this video, I really wanted to talk a little bit about myself personally, and I probably will do a Q&A at some point this year to really also focus in on what you're interested in knowing and learning about me. I am a 38 going on 39-year-old single mom of an 18-year-old daughter who just started college. I am super excited to know that I was able to raise her to be a very focused, motivated, articulate young woman, and she is now moving towards achieving her own goals in life. I try to be a role model to her, as well as her biggest fan, and just motivating her to get to where she's going in life. Hopefully she'll be able to do a quick cameo appearance at the end of this video, because she's going to help me announce the giveaway winners, which I hope you watch to the end to find out whether or not you've won. I really started this channel because at the time when I had the idea and the motivation, I was really going through a heavy period of anxiety and what I later learned to be depression. I didn't really know and understand why I wasn't happy anymore, why I wasn't motivated to do things that I love and enjoy before, why my relationship was going through the issues that it was, and it was taking a very big toll on me. I've always been a planner. My entire life, I love putting pen to paper, writing down lists of things I need to do, and coming up with a plan to get there. Over the past year or so, I found it harder to do, and I found myself more focusing on the decorating and the preparation of the planner as a therapeutic outlet versus actually the planning process in and of itself and executing it. A part of that was obviously the pandemic and the impact that had on changing my life. I've been working from home since it started last February, basically, and I really have adapted and adjusted. I don't mind that. I've always had telework as a part of my work experience, at least for the last 10 years or so, but doing it more and every day and with my family around became a lot more stressful and intense for me. It was also a time when my daughter was going through some major health issues, and we were dealing with a lot of different specialists and doctors. If you follow my budgeting, you know we have a lot of co-pays because we see a lot of doctors, either for her issues or even for my own personal issues. And so that was also something weighing heavily on me, trying to get her healthy enough to be able to go off to college, enjoy that experience, and then also learn how to independently consistently monitor and manage her health concerns. That was also something I was trying to work through this past year. And then, as I mentioned, also my relationship. I had been in a 12-year relationship with someone that I still love. I really do cherish him and love him and think he's a good person. But I was reaching a point in the relationship where I realized I was no longer happy. I was no longer being fulfilled. Part of that being our age, part of that being our change in lifestyles over the years, both of our kids becoming grown. It was just a lot of things influencing, and we couldn't really figure out how to fix it. And I don't know if you've been in a relationship before where you really loved and cared about someone, but you just realized like that chapter or that period of your life was coming to an end, especially knowing that everything you were doing just wasn't fixing the issues and it wasn't bringing the happiness that was once there for either of you. So I made a really difficult decision after my daughter went off to school in the fall to essentially break up with my ex and move into my own space and really focus on myself, my healing, my emotional recovery and grieving process, and just figuring out what independent life would be for myself. I've been a very involved parent in her life for the last 18 years. So with her going off to school and being my only child, I was becoming an empty nester and essentially alone for the first time in my adult life. And it became overwhelming, to be honest. It got to the point that I found myself crying in my car, just going to the park, parking in the lot and just literally crying. I just felt like everything in my life was changing dramatically, and not having my partner there to really help me through those emotions with us going through our own issues, it really intensified things. And I just made a decision. I'm like, I've got to get out of this situation. I've got to focus on myself. I've got to figure out how to get better. I started therapy, and I honestly have to say, if you've never done therapy before, you're missing out. Like, I know there's a whole stigma and all of that around mental health and wellness and, going to talk with someone about your problems, but especially if you're an introvert or a person who just doesn't express your emotions well or often, therapy is a game changer. It has really helped me identify and focus on things in my life that were impacting me on a lot of different levels. My therapist was the first person who said to me after our first session together, she's like, "You're not dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with depression." And I literally looked at her like, me? Depressed? No. But in talking through it in the next couple of sessions and a lot of the things that I was going through and the trauma of past experiences and just bottling up my emotions, I realized that she was right. And I've been working on trying to fix and repair those things so that I never find myself in that low of a place again. I was at a point where I really didn't feel like getting out of bed. As much as I love this channel and I love my subscribers, and I thank you so much for helping me reach my recent milestone of 500 subscribers, it was just hard for me to turn on my camera and do the things that once gave me joy. So I knew that something was wrong and I really wasn't sure how to fix it. But thankfully, moving into my own space, behind me you may see remnants of my bedroom. I'm not ready to do a tour yet because I'm still fixing up and figuring out how to live in this space. And having my daughter home from college for a holiday break has given us a lot of time to really reflect and connect and build our relationship over the last few months. But I do plan to do kind of a walkthrough of my space in one of these vlog style videos where you can actually see where I'm living, how I'm living, and even my new filming space in my bedroom, because I realized that this is like my safe place. And even though I have an office space where I do my work for my job on a regular basis, I wanted to have a little sanctuary where I could close the door, film my videos, or just sit and be creative and therapeutic. And it has really been helping me a lot. So once I get this space exactly the way I want it, and I feel that my home is in a more presentable state, because I'm still moving out of boxes in some cases, I definitely plan to share that with you. But it's just all to say that moving into my own space, being able to self-reflect and focus on my own wellness, health, mental, spiritual, financial, everything has been really, really, really helpful. I recommend for anyone out there struggling with trying to figure out where you are in life or where you're trying to go or why you're not happy or motivated to do things you love, you really might want to reevaluate your environment and your current situation. Are you truly happy? 2021 should be a year like 2020 where you need to do some self-reflection and make some hard choices and adjustments in order to get to where you're trying to go. And 2020 really taught us that lesson, how sometimes you have to sacrifice in order to get to your long-term goal. I'm not here to lecture, though. I just wanted to share that in terms of my wellness, in terms of my background, in terms of where I'm going, this year has been very transformational for me, and it's really, even beyond the pandemic, pushed me outside of my comfort zone, which was helpful because it's allowing me to come back refreshed and more motivated to do more on my channel and to also hopefully improve myself along the way. Another thing that I wanted to focus on for this year in terms of 2020 reflections is this November was my very first full year of the budgeting using the budget by paycheck method. As you know, on my channel, I have been sharing my budget, my numbers, my experience, and my journey with you as much as possible. I try to be as transparent as possible. There's some things I still consider a bit private, but for the most part, I really do try to share a lot of aspects of my budget and my lifestyle with you so that hopefully we can connect and share ideas on that level and platform. I was so happy to see that I actually was able to pay over $10,000 in my debts, and that compared to others is not a huge number, but for me it's incredibly significant. A year ago, October, well, actually not a year ago from now, but October of 2019, I can still remember myself living on my overdrafts from my bank account, being at that breaking point and saying, I make a decent amount of money. Why am I always broke or relying on the red in my bank account to survive? Like, something here is not working. Adopting the Budget Mom's methodologies, her practices, and working with the Budget by Paycheck workbook has really changed my life. If you're new to budgeting or you're new to planning, or you just want to improve your plan, definitely highly recommending the Budget Mom in terms of getting your finances together and looking at what you're able to do. Like I said, I've been able to pay off over $10,000 in debt, save over $10,000. I don't have exact numbers yet because I really haven't had the time to sit down and crunch all my numbers. And in true transparency, I know there were a few months where I didn't even get to do my end of the month tallies, as I say, especially going through my dark moments, but I still plan to go back and reflect on as much as I'm able to capture in terms of my progress, and I want to share that in upcoming videos with you to motivate you to keep going. Whether you're doing the Budget Moms method or any other system out there that's working for you, just keep going. Make 2021 the year that you become financially independent and have financial well-being in your life. And the next thing I wanted to focus on is planning. That's another big aspect of my channel and obviously of my life. I'm really happy to say, with therapy, with being in my own space, with just kind of rewiring myself, so to speak, I have really jumped back into my planning styles. I have to say, this year my reflections journal has played a big part in helping me stay sane. To be honest with you, just being able to kind of sit down and think about what I was actually able to accomplish on a daily basis, seeing that I'm making progress even when I feel that I'm not, has really helped me mentally kind of rewire myself and be motivated in a different way to get things done. The other piece to it is my Live Rich planner. This is also by the Budget Mom, and if you haven't checked out my video yet about unboxing this and how I'm using it, check out one of those videos. These planners are really great for having one place to keep your budgeting, to keep your schedule, to keep your shopping list, to keep everything in one location. I do have the big one just because I use it for the therapeutics of decorating, but then I also like it as a reference here at home throughout my week to show what I'm doing and getting accomplished in that period. And I plan to do a lot more of that going into 2021. That has really become one of my favorite planners, and I definitely want to focus on getting that done. I think the other thing that I wanted to talk about really is just being able to create systems versus goals in your life. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm really not focusing on resolutions this year or goals. I don't want to put any pressure, stress, or anxiety on myself. I realized in the past that has really had negative impacts on my life. I want to create systems such as self-care, such as financial wellness, such as implementing little things in the morning, in the evening, on the weekends, whenever I have the free time to fit it in, that will help me get closer towards the targets that I'm trying to achieve. Like I said, I'm really trying to take goals out of my vocabulary and focus more on systems and targets and getting to where I want to go in the long term. As I go along that journey and create things in my planners, in my budget, in my lifestyle that really speak to that and show success, I definitely plan to share those things with you. If there's something that I didn't cover in my video today that you'd like to know more about, or something that I did share that you'd like to learn more about, let me know in the comments below. I will definitely review those things, provide you with the response, and hopefully capture them in my next vlog style video. Now to the fun part. I am so excited to share the winners of my recent giveaway with you guys. I have asked my daughter to come and select the winners. I have a group of planning entrants and then also the budgeting entrants. Thank you everyone who left comments indicating which your preference was. By the deadline, I was able to quickly and easily create tallies for those entries. I'm going to have my daughter come and select a winner for each of the different categories, and we will announce those very shortly. So make sure you stay tuned and watch to the end. Okay, we are back, and I have my beautiful daughter Ashley here to be my Vanna White today. She's going to help me select the winners for each of the 2 prize packages that I am offering for my mega holiday giveaway. So without further ado, I'm going to take the planning entries, put them in this little metal tin that I have, put the top on. All the entries are inside. We're going old school today. Shaking it up. Shake it up, Ashley. Shake it, shake it, shake it like up and down so it can move. Okay. And now select a winner. Who is going to be the lucky winner of the planning package with the daily duo planner from Erin Condren? And the winner is
Angelita Bonsaleo.
All right. So Angelita Bonsaleo, please send me your email information either in the comments below, or you can DM me on Instagram, and I will make sure to get your planning package out to you as soon as possible. Now, let's switch to the budgeting group.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right, now I'm going to put the budgeting entries in the tin. I think there's quite a few more budgeting entries actually than there were planner entries. Let's put the top on. Shake, 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 shake. Ashley, you want to shake a little bit? And the winner is
Danny Sheffield.
Danny Sheffield. So Danny and Angelita, please make sure you send me your email information either in the comments below or DM me on Instagram, and I will make sure to get your contact information so I can send out your prizes as soon as possible. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for joining us today on my channel, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you'll be informed the very next time we have something to share on the Happiness Heals channel. Ciao!
Ciao.